Alright, what's up everyone, I'm Faloki, and today we're going to be taking a look at a recap of the Week 2 matchup between the Seahawks and the Patriots. This Sunday night game between the Seahawks and the Patriots was definitely a good one after 4 years of not playing against each other, and this last second thriller ended up bringing the Seahawks to 2-0 on the season. Now forgive me if I'm all over the place in this video, I am still very excited about the win. It was a great game, and honestly, I just want to go over some main talking points. I'll try to keep them in a kind of order that makes sense, but first, let's talk about Greg Olsen. Now, me personally, after today, Greg Olsen is cut from the team. Now, this might be an overreaction, but Russell Wilson, he threw the ball right to Greg Olsen's face. All he had to do was close his hands. He had to catch the ball. But what did he do? He let it fly off of his hands, and it ended up being a pick six. Now, Russell Wilson, he gets an interception. He gets a pick six for that. That should not at all go on Russell Wilson. That should be 100% Greg Olsen. I mean, that is Greg Olsen's fault. Russell Wilson did nothing wrong. I swear, Greg Olsen, I don't think he got a target after that, and that is well deserved. He completely fumbled the bag. He completely failed. I hate Greg Olsen now. I mean, it's just an overreaction right now. I don't hate the dude. Hopefully he comes back week 3 and, makes up for himself. But man, right now I am not happy with Greg Olsen in the slightest. Russell Wilson threw his first interception of the season, and it wasn't even close to his fault. From what I saw, one of the big problems we had today was with our secondary, and that all started with Quandre Diggs being ejected for a helmet-to-helmet hit on N'Keal Harry. Now, by no means am I saying that this wasn't the right call. It was definitely a helmet-to-helmet, not a great hit. He probably should have been ejected. He was ejected. I think it was the right call. But man, was it disappointing because we lost Quandre Diggs pretty early on, and then Marquise Blair had to play a much bigger role. We brought in Lano Hill to play at safety. We kept Marquise Blair as the nickel corner, and then Marquise Blair ended up going down with an apparent knee injury, which did not look good at all. Hopefully he turns out to be all right, but a ton of people got injured just this Sunday. I think Nick Bosa got hurt. Saquon Barkley is out for the season. He was on my fantasy team. I'm very not happy with that one. But Marquise Blair, he seems to be yet another player to go down with a knee injury, and it did not look good, honestly. I really hope for him to, not be hurt too bad. I hope he can come back soon. But when I was watching it, it didn't look great. Hopefully he'll be fine, but really, I have no idea. And continuing on the topic of our secondary, we didn't really look great. From the eye test, we didn't look amazing. We had some good plays, but we let up a lot of passes, a lot of easy catches. We let up a lot of big plays when last week against the Dolphins, the Patriots had literally no catches past 20 yards. So not a great look for us. Jamal Adams continuously got burnt by Edelman. I mean, Edelman is a great receiver, but with Jamal Adams on him, you'd expect at least some of those plays to go our way. And of course, there are definitely plays where Jamal Adams got the better of Julian Edelman, but you'll never see those because the only times you see Julian Edelman is when he's making that 40-yard catch, that diving catch, and when he just burnt Jamal Adams on a really good route. But overall, I mean, our secondary did not look great. We had some good plays, we had some bad plays, but really the run defense was the main problem, and it was really the run defense against Cam Newton. Now, of course, one of the main key things coming into this game was we had to stop Cam Newton. We had to make sure that he didn't run on us. We had to make sure that he did not dominate us when it came to, outside of the pocket running, because obviously he's a good passer. He showed this game. He did very well in the passing game. They had well over 40 passing attempts. So like I said in my preview video, 42 rush attempts against the Dolphins. Maybe they'll switch it up and have a ton of pass attempts. And of course, the Patriots were down quite a bit during this game. So, I mean, it made sense that they were going pass heavy, but still, you didn't want to see the secondary give up as many yards as they did and as many pretty easy plays as they did. And really, we were getting killed by the QB draws in the red zone on the 1-yard line. I believe we gave up 2 touchdowns to Cam Newton on like 1, 2, 3-yard line QB draws, 2 of which were rushes. And then we gave up a, it was like a fake QB draw. Like he acted like he was going to do a QB draw. He just stopped and threw it to the fullback, a wide open touchdown. So we really were doing horrible on whatever they were doing with that QB draw. It worked really well. They literally ran it every single time and we could not stop it. And honestly, our defense, from just what I was watching, of course, when you're watching the other offense, you see some good plays made by the defense, but the main thing that you're watching is the offense making plays. So it really just looks like the defense did bad. Of course, Jamal Adams did really well. He had a lot of good tackles in space. He had a lot of big plays. I believe he had a sack. And of course, you know, we did fine. We won the game. That's really all that matters. But it did seem to me like the defense was underperforming, especially for how much talent we had. Continuing on about the defense, of course, Jamal Adams played very well. Bobby Wagner played very well. And someone that I was very proud of this game was Ugo Amadi. He came in when, of course, Marquise Blair went down in injury and Quandre Diggs was out because of an ejection. Lano Hill and Ugo Amadi came in. Lano Hill made some really big plays. Ugo Amadi did very well for himself. He had 8 tackles. He had some very good stops. He made plays, and honestly, for him coming in as a rookie last year, not getting a ton of playing time, no preseason to really come in and get prepared for this year, didn't really play week 1. Obviously, he's not any part of the main defensive options, and he came in, did really well. He made plays, he held his own, and he did very well. He made some big tackles, and honestly, I'm super proud of Ugo Amadi. He came in, did really well when we really needed him, and I'm proud of him. Lano Hill, he did very well. Shaquille Griffin, he let up some plays. He also made some plays, so I'm pretty proud of them. I mean, I'm proud of everyone on this team. We took a dub. I don't think it should have been as close as it was. The Patriots really just, they were cooking when it came to the offense in the second half. They did really well. Both teams were, but overall, I mean, we did fine on defense. We won the game. I'm proud of Ugo Amadi coming in and doing very well. Quentin Dunbar also had a very nice interception. He almost had an interception before he actually got his interception, but he ended up dropping it. That interception probably would have been a pick 6, but the one he actually got was a very good one. He just undercut the route, and then he took the ball. He just caught it. I mean, intercepted it. It was a really good play, and it would have been nice for him to get a pick 6 back after the pick 6 that was allowed by Greg Olsen, because Greg Olsen can't catch a simple pass to his face. But you know, it's okay. We did fine. We won the game. Quentin Dunbar, he let up some easy passes. He was getting killed on the comeback routes, but he ended up, you know, making plays. He ended up getting an interception, so that was a good play for him. And before we get into the Seahawks offense, which is definitely the best part of this game, let's take a look at some of the Patriots offense. Of course, like I mentioned before, Cam Newton, he passed over 40 times, 44 to be exact, completed 30 passes. He had almost 400 yards. He had a touchdown. He had an interception. And I mean, he only got sacked once. Jamal Adams had our only sack. And in the run game, we definitely held them to a lot better than the Dolphins did. 25 carries for 67 yards as a team. So pretty good on our part, less than 3 yards per carry. And in the receiving game, Julian Edelman had almost 180 yards. And he did very well. I mean, our secondary just didn't look great. We gave up some pretty good yards to just about everyone on their receiving core. But it comes with the territory. I mean, it was definitely a high throwing game for the Patriots, just like the Falcons. They were down in the game, so they were going to be throwing. So the secondary is going to be exposed because they are the main focus, because the team is trying to come back and throw the ball a ton. And of course, with the Patriots running the ball over 40 times last week and now throwing the ball over 40 times this week, it kind of showed that the Patriots were not in the driver's seat of this game. The Seahawks definitely were, and that was mainly due to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson in this game played very well. He had 5 touchdowns. He did have an interception from someone whose name starts with Greg and ends with Olsen, who can't catch the ball. That's literally right here. He could have just closed his hands. It would have been a catch. It probably would have just been like a 5-6 yard catch, not an interception whatsoever. But then he gave a pick 6 to the other team, which actually made the game closer, because if they didn't get that pick 6, the Seahawks might have scored on that first drive, and the Patriots, I don't even know. I'm very disappointed in that. But overall, I mean, it's okay. Russell Wilson, 5 touchdowns. He did very well, almost 300 yards. Very efficient day for him. The run game did really well. 30 total carries as a team for 154 yards, over 5 yards per carry. Chris Carson had 17 carries for 72 yards. He did very well. I am definitely happy about that. Over 4 yards per carry. He could have done better. There were definitely some runs that it looked like he kind of had a hole, but he missed it. He, maybe could have gone through the hole, but he kind of got tripped up. So he definitely could have had some bigger plays, but overall, definitely a good game for the run game, coming back from a game where they really didn't get too much usage. And Chris Carson, he also had a receiving touchdown, one of Russell Wilson's 5 passing touchdowns. Out of Russell Wilson's 5 touchdown passes, every single one went to a different player. Obviously, like I mentioned, Chris Carson had a receiving touchdown to his name. Also, DK Metcalf had one and Tyler Lockett had one. David Moore had an absolutely amazing catch where he caught the ball, had his left foot down, and then he kind of twisted his right foot just around the pylon, around the out of bounds, put it down in bounds, got the touchdown. Absolutely amazing play from David Moore. And then, interestingly enough, very good to see. It was really nice. Freddie Swain got a touchdown, 1 catch, 21 yards for a touchdown. Great to see from Freddie Swain. Honestly, it looked exactly like Tyler Lockett. I thought Tyler Lockett had gotten that touchdown, but Freddie Swain, he came in, got a touchdown. I mean, he looked great. I mean, that one play that he had, he looked exactly like a miniature Tyler Lockett. I am very happy about that. Freddie Swain, he made a big play last game, recovering that fumble from Marquise Blair on that fake punt against the Falcons. And in this game, he got his first touchdown. So honestly, I'm very proud of Freddie Swain. A lot of players came in that normally wouldn't get too big of an opportunity, made the most of their opportunities, and did well for themselves. And honestly, it was very nice to see. Something that was definitely interesting to take a look at going into this game was who Stephon Gilmore was going to cover. It kind of made sense that he would take on DK Metcalf, since he's really their main threat to get some big plays, and he did take on DK Metcalf. Now, before we get into talking about that matchup, I just want to mention I might be a fantasy football guru. In my last video, the preview video for this game, someone asked me in the comments if he should start DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, or Will Fuller. I said start DK and Terry McLaurin, both of which had huge games. Terry McLaurin, I believe, had over 100 yards with a touchdown. DK Metcalf, 92 yards with a touchdown, played out of their minds. Will Fuller, 1 carry, no yards, nothing else. So I might just be fantasy football guru. I'm just saying, I'm pretty proud of myself. Hopefully, if you're watching this, hopefully you listen to my recommendation. I mean, you might have gotten some pretty good points. But now let's take a look at the matchup. DK Metcalf, 92 yards, 1 touchdown, did very well. It was definitely pretty heated between Stephon Gilmore and DK Metcalf. They had a little kerfuffle on the sidelines. It was honestly, it was a great matchup to watch. It was definitely an intense game. Jamal Adams, I guess, had some beef with Cam Newton. I don't know what was going on there. DK Metcalf, Stephon Gilmore had some beef. I don't know what was going on there. Really, it was a great game. It was fun to watch. I had a very good time watching it. It was not very fun for it to be that close, but overall, a very good game. And of course, as we all know, the game came down to the final play. The Seahawks were up 35-30 as the Patriots had the ball on the 2 or 3 yard line with 3 seconds left. They lined up in the QB draw formation that had killed us the whole game. They had not really failed in the red zone with the QB draw. They had done absolutely amazing converting on touchdowns using that QB draw formation. Cam Newton came in there. He was prepared to run the ball. Honestly, he probably could have made a different decision that probably would have resulted into a touchdown, because the Seahawks really just wanted to stop Cam Newton on that. That's really their main focus on that final play. And really, it came down to 2 main players in stopping Cam Newton on that play. Lano Hill and LJ Collier. Absolutely amazing play by those two. Honestly, Lano Hill, he kind of undercut his blocker and went under him, got Cam Newton's legs. LJ Collier also got Cam Newton's legs, just flipped him upside down. He got stopped. They didn't have timeouts. Time ran out. And of course, the Seahawks won the game. A great play by those two. LJ Collier, I mean, I didn't really see who really made the bigger impact, LJ Collier or Lano Hill, but definitely a great play nonetheless. Honestly, it doesn't matter. They both really made great plays. Either one of them would have stopped him on their own, but them coming together to make the stop together really just it basically solidified he was not going anywhere. Great play by the defense. I mean, our defense didn't look great. Just watching the game, it was really disappointing seeing the Patriots cook our defense from what it looked like. Obviously, you know, you're watching the game, you're seeing the offense play. You're not seeing all the plays where, you know, defenders are covering very well and, you know, no one's getting open. You don't really get those shown. You get shown the 40-yard catches, the good plays by the offense, stuff like that. That's more entertaining to the viewer. So, of course, it is more just kind of you see what you see. You know, you're not seeing the good plays by the defense. You're seeing the bad plays by the defense when you're watching the offense of the opposing team. But still, great play by our defense to end the game. Honestly, I was sitting there with 3 seconds left. I saw them in QB draw formation, and I really just thought to myself, man, this game's over. We lost. We're not stopping this. We haven't even come close to stopping it the entire game. And then we stopped it. And I was so excited. Honestly, that was the most surprised I have been since we threw an interception on the 1 yard line in the Super Bowl to lose the game instead of running Marshawn Lynch. I was very surprised. I thought that was wild that we actually made the stop, because I did not expect that to happen. I thought it was a guaranteed touchdown for the Patriots right there. They had been converting every single play previous in the game. I think we stopped them on a 2-point conversion on the quarterback draw formation, but other than that, they really got every single touchdown possible. Apparently, in one of the post-game interviews, I believe Lano Hill or LJ Collier said that Bobby Wagner basically gave the instructions, hey, we are going to slant, we are going to go with them, we are just going to stop this play by any means necessary, and they stopped it. A great play by them. Honestly, I was so hyped. I have not been that excited over a football game in a long time, and honestly, it was a great feeling. And now, of course, after this huge game against the Patriots, a very good game for our offense, pretty good showing for our defense. Some plays weren't that great, some plays were pretty good. Now it's on to go face the Cowboys, who just came back from a very large deficit against the Falcons, who don't know how to keep a lead. Cowboys fans think they're going to win the Super Bowl, and honestly, I said we were going to lose in my original predictions to the Cowboys. I said we were going to come out strong and then we're going to have a bad game against the Cowboys. Now, I am really hoping that doesn't happen, because I do not want Cowboys fans to continue to be happy. They beat the Falcons. The Falcons, they just can't hold the lead no matter what they do. They completely just failed the onside kick. They could have picked it up. They just stared at it as the Cowboys went and picked it up. Hopefully, the Seahawks can actually come in and win that game. Hopefully, I'll be wrong in my original season prediction, because I really want to see us just putting into all this Cowboys hype for this next week. But, now it's on to that game. Hopefully we come in strong against the Cowboys. Of course, there's still a chance we go 16-0. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but man, we're 2-0. If we continue to go 2-0 every 2 weeks, we're probably going to go 16-0 if I'm being honest. But now, like I said, it's on to the Cowboys. I hope the Seahawks do well. I hope Marquise Blair comes back. Not too bad of an injury. Didn't look great, but I hope he can come back. I think Bruce Irvin went down for a little bit, but I do think he came back into the game. But overall, definitely a very good game. I had a great time watching it. I wished our defense played a little bit better than they did, but the Patriots are a great team. The Seahawks are a great team. It was a great Sunday night football game, a great primetime game. Having the Seahawks against the Patriots, that was an amazing game. Just a great one. A very, very entertaining game, and I had a great time watching it. Hopefully you guys were able to watch it, but if not, that was the recap of what happened, the key points in my eyes of what happened, what was good, what was bad. I had a great time. Like I said multiple times, I had a great time watching it. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Comment down below what you thought about the game. What do you think is going to happen when we go to play the Cowboys next week? Do you think we're going to win that game? Honestly, I would love to change my prediction and say that we're going to win that game, because I really don't want to see the Cowboys fans happy for more than one single week. But let me know in the comments what you think. And with that, I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a great day.